Okay, good morning, everybody. We are going to talk about something that is going to be taken as a test grade next week on Monday and Tuesday when you are here. If you are an in-person student, you will have time to work on this in class. If you're an offline student, then the assignment will be posted on Monday and you can work on it Monday and Tuesday. And I expect everybody should be able to turn it in by Wednesday, or at the least by the end of the week. It is going to be a continuation of the thing that we did for the test last time around, which was the 1 through 5 test. Now we're going to do the second half of that assignment, which is the creation of the invitation that was going to be sent out with it. It is on page 180 in your textbook if you want to pause the video and get your textbook up and running, and you'll be able to see what that looks like. On page 180, it starts at the point where it says create the invitation. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to do WPB01B. You're going to get that file from the assignment. Okay, so when you go to page 180, you're going to see that the first instruction is to get the WPB01B file from the assignment. Now, I have two versions of that here on my desk, and I have a Word version of it for those who are able to use Word, and I strongly recommend that everybody does use Word to do this assignment because they're just, it's just a better program, and there are going to be some things that work a lot better in Word than Google Docs. But I also do have the Google Docs version available right here, and I will show you more or less the measures that you're going to have to take to, if you're in a bind, try and get that kind of stuff done. Okay, so let's start off with the instructions. We've opened up the WPB01 documents in both versions. You can see that here. And now this is the first thing that's going to be hard for Google Docs people to do. Apply the Ion boardroom theme and centered style to the document. Well, that's pretty easy. You go here to the Design tab in Word. Here's your themes. You just find the one called Ion Boardroom. And what that does is it sets up certain fonts. It sets up certain color patterns, most especially. So go ahead and hit on the Ion Boardroom right here, and it causes it to go to, let's see what kind of Century Gothic. That is the name of the font set that's going to be used there. And it looks like 11 point is the body text that's going to be used. What do you think, Matthew? Think that's good so far, or are you distracted by something else? Oh my gosh. Come on, buddy. No better. All right. So for those of you in Google Chrome, you are going to have to select everything, and the style color set doesn't really matter in reality, because the color wheel that you get from Chrome is basically going to be the same every time. You're just going to be using colors that you see in the display document, which you find on page 183. You just try and match those color sets as best you can. There is a wide range of colors. Just do your best to match up whatever color it needs to be from the design set. But let's try and change our font to match something that is close to the Century Gothic font that is used in the Word document. Okay, so let's see. They have a limited set. They have a limited set of see. They have a limited set of fonts here, and you might be able to find something that looks kind of like it. It is a sans serif font. Everything is very straightforward. No extra pieces at the bottoms and sides of these things. So I think this Montserrat one right here. I think the Montserrat is basically something very similar. They're both an 11 point. So you can see, yeah, that's pretty close actually. Okay, so the Montserrat font is going to be what you want to use in Google Docs to represent the Century Gothic font that you found in the other document. Okay, all right, good. Now, the next thing we can do is we can select the first line of text. Oh, also it says the centered style set. So once again, we go to the Design tab in Word. and there are these style sets here. The centered one, just hover over things. You can kind of find it really easily because it's the only one that's centered around the document. You'll look at it right here, and this is if you mouse over it and just hold for a second, you'll see the name of it pop up. There you go, centered. And then you click on it. Okay, so now things that need to be centered will be centered, but nothing has been centered yet. So now highlight that grand opening celebration. First line of text, center it horizontally. Go back to the Home tab, paragraph group, center, or Control E if you want to do it the quick way. Okay, let's do that here in the Google Doc as well. We'll go get these more options, and here are our paragraph alignment ones, and we're going to center it. Okay, pretty simple, pretty easy. First line of text, center horizontally, and increase the font size to 36 point. 36. And here, wow, it makes you go through every single one of them. Okay, oh, too far, 36. Okay, 36 point. All right, apply the fill, white outline accent to, hard shadow accent to, text effect. Oh boy. All right, so in Word, pretty simple, pretty easy. This is the text effects. And let's see, fill, white outline accent to, nope, that's not in accent 1. Nope, gray background. Aha, white outline accent 2, hard shadow accent 2. Okay, so pink letters, white backgrounds, and cool looking graphic effects and stuff like that. Now, people who are only able to use Google Docs, you're about to be very disappointed. Your only options are basically the same kind of stuff with the basic style sets. You are not able to do anything extra fancy with this kind of stuff. You can try and do text color things. I would say try and do some pink letters. It's probably the best you can do. You know, I mean, honestly, like I said, it's a much, much simpler formatted system. It's really not designed to get super fancy and everything like that. That's honestly all you can really do. So pink letters on that one, just to give it some oomph and make it kind of sort of look like what it's supposed to look like. Okay, select the second paragraph. So that'll be this paragraph here. Okay, and apply the title style. Okay, so styles are here. I'm gonna go for title style. Okay, but the font size is way too big for 36, so let's go ahead and crank that down to 26. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit more manageable. Okay, highlight this, change it from normal text to the title style. Okay, the title style here is not bold, but the title style here is bold, so you might want to take off the bold. Okay, and then make sure once again as well, we crank this down to 26 instead of 36. Okay, now this is also all capital letters. You notice that it's all capital letters. You really want to go for accuracy, you can retype all of it in capital letters. There isn't a way, there's an easy way in Word to make them all go capital, but in Google Chrome that option is not available. The capital letter thing for Word is right here. You can actually click it and tell it to go all uppercase. That works really good. Okay. Maybe try a formatting thing. Let's see. Oh, both sides capital. Oh, capitalized. Ah, there we go. Hey, I found it. Ha 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 ha. Format tab. Format tab here in the thing. I knew there was a way to do it. Text. You go to capitalization and you say all uppercase. Bada bing! It's all uppercase now. Yay! We did it. All right. Oh, it also needs to be justify style. Okay, and justify is like center, but it's like it's designed to touch both sides left and right. So click on justify here, and everything goes all the way to the edge on both the left and the right hand sides. Okay, same thing here. Justify. Bada bing. All right. Now the title here does have a line above and below. That is just gonna have to wait. All right. You see the title style. Okay. All right, turn the page because this one's page 181's got the full body text of the thing that they're supposed to do for the previous edition. But on page 182, we see the next thing. Draw a text box around the selection, which we were talking about here. Draw a text box around the selection and resize the box to 2.7 by 5.7 wide. Okay, so we're going to insert text box, draw that text box. All right. Draw it. And now, hey, what are you doing? Okay. Now you've got your own text box, but you need to resize it. So we're going to go into the drawing tools format. We're going to say size, and we're going to say a height of 2.7. So click down, and a width of, just got to type it in, 5.7. It's a lot easier to do. Okay. Now, it is allowing text wrapping, and this stuff is going around the side of it. So, hey, what are you doing there? Okay, format the text box to have no outline and align it to the center middle of the page. So the no outline thing, shape fill outline. Okay, we'll say none. Okay, no outline, and then position it center middle. Okay, position center middle. All right, there it goes right there. Nudge it down if necessary so it displays below the first line of text. Okay, so it is doing that. Okay, line it up just like that. Now, in the textbook, you can see it has it positioned a certain way. This way. No way. Okay, you'll see that this box is just below the grand reopening celebration stuff, so reposition it to where it's just below that, and all the other stuff goes underneath it, except for like this stuff, which gets repositioned later. Okay, so move that up to here. Now, text boxes. Insert. It's not really a table. Not really an image. You could put, oh, don't replace it. Insert that horizontal line above and below right here. Okay. Yeah, that works there. We got a little horizontal line. We could probably recolor that horizontal line if we so chose. A little kind of pinkish action on it, maybe. And you can try and do what you can do. All right, but highlight all of this. I would say your best bet might be to just say do a table, one by one table. Oh my gosh, come on. Stop doing that. Okay, so go somewhere else. Insert a table, just a one by one table. Okay. And then cut this. Drop it into the table. All right, so now we've got a table. Oops. Okay. And we can format the table, generally speaking. We could say white borders. Click on the borders, change all the borders to white, which is basically because of a white text. I'm sorry, the white background. It'll essentially be visible. Okay, so yay. Now that table, okay, that table I want to say it's formatting. I could be wrong. It's always difficult to try and figure out what you can do in Google Docs in order to make things happen. Nope, this is not going to be it. Once again, it's just kind of one of those things that you have to really try and finagle whenever you're doing these kinds of things. I think there's something in the chat. Let's see. You can draw a text box in Google Docs, you say. Interesting. I haven't seen that option. No, that's not it. Julian, do you know what that's under? If you could give a little guidance, that'd be great. I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it ever. I run out of stuff. See, that's what I'm looking at right here. It's like it's just not showing anything that from text box. Yeah. You can draw a text box in Word, certainly, but in Google Docs, it's a little bit harder and a little bit funky. Okay. So, doing what we can to move on. We're going to go ahead and move on. All right, select the date and time. That's this right here. Select the date and time, increase the font size to 20 point. Okay, and draw a text box around the selection. Insert, text box, draw a text box. All right, now it's its own floaty text box thing. All right. If necessary, increase the size of the text box so all the text displays. Now I think we pretty much got it. And it says apply the subtle effect red accent 2. So if you click on the text box itself, go to the drawing tools. Let's see, subtle effect. I think these are the. Is it here? Yeah, subtle effects. Let's see, subtle effect red accent 2. Okay, so it's got a pink background. and it's got like a little bit of a fade from white to pink. All right, so we're going to hit this one. You could probably table this one as well. All right. So right here, we're going to insert a table. Got this information pasted in here. Do the thing where we increase the size. 20 point. Okay. I'm going to resize this table to something like this. Let's see if we can. Table properties. Okay, so if you right click and you go table properties, okay, you can say the cell background color. You can make that a nice pink color. Okay. You take that now and where did it go? Highlight the entire thing. Cut it. Go here to the top. Bring down a couple lines. Paste it. Let's go ahead and make it a. Highlight everything. We're going to make it right alignment. No, not the contents of the cell, the actual cell itself, please. If we can't do that, we can just redo the sizing of it. Perhaps put it in there, like so. And reduce any extra spacing that got out of the way. What's going on with that? Good enough government work there. Okay. Everything's a little bit off kilter, but don't worry, it's all going to come out in the wash. Okay, we did the subtle effect red accent 2 style shape to the text box, then apply the red 18-point glow accent color 3 glow shape effect. All right, so you take the shape itself, and then you say shape effects, and then you say red. Sorry, so we're going to go glow. We're going to say red glow. Is this red? Nope, that's plum. Here's red. All right, we need the 18-point glow effect. Very, very much glowy. Okay, that's where that is. So you go shape effects, you go glow, you go to this one right here. And poof, there's this pink fuzzy stuff around the thing. Now, as far as the Google Doc is concerned, I am 100% certain that that's not a thing. Google Docs. So we're just going to have to pass on that one. All right, position the text box in the top right with square text wrapping. So once again, click on the shape, position, top right, square text wrapping. Bada bing. Okay, then change the text wrapping to top and bottom. So go here to this one, this sidebar action here, and say top and bottom. Okay, now obviously a lot of things are going to have to get moved around again. Readjusting stuff is necessary. Select the 5 items at the end of the document and increase the font size to 16 points. So all 5 of these, crank them up to 16. All of these, 16 points. Okay. All right, change the font color to red accent 3, darker 25%. So we're just going to go with find a color. Should be like something like that. Okay. This one right here, red accent 3. darker 25%. That's not that one, this one. Okay. All right, dark. This is a little pinkish. We can darken that up just a little bit, maybe. Go for a dark red one, red two. Let's go dark red one. Yeah, okay, so that's about the same color. All right, draw a text box around this list. Okay, once again, insert, text box, draw text box. Oh my gosh, it's going crazy. Put that back down there, people. Okay, once again here, you're gonna insert a table, just one square of a table, and cut and paste them into here. And resize the box as necessary to fit just the stuff that we need. Okay. Draw a text box around the list. Position the text box in the bottom center with square text wrapping. So bottom center, we're going to go drawing tools, we're going to go position, bottom center, square text wrapping. Okay, resize the box to 2 inches by 4 inches. So size 2 inches by 4 inches. And apply the colored outline red accent to style. Apply you. Oh, it might be the one at the top. Colored outline. Yeah, colored outline, red accent too. Okay. There. Okay, same way with this one, you can actually click on the lines and you can change the border color to something more red. Try and remember which one you selected. That way it all looks the same color. Sometimes it can be hard. We want to center this one, it says, so we'll highlight, what are you doing? Okay, we'll highlight the box here, and we will say, come on now. Where are all my options? Format, center. Oh, not the text. Not the individual text. Okay, push comes to shove, once again, you can take the thing itself and you can center it up manually. Okay, that's about what you can do with that. Okay, just eyeball it as best you can. All right. Now format the items in the list as a bulleted list. So highlight the items. Yes, we will be leaving soon. And give me a bulleted list. Okay, same with this. Go to the items, go to the home tab, bulleted list. Okay. Now, the shapes, you're able to insert. Many of you have been able to find the shapes that you can do. You can upload information from your computer. You can search the web for these kind of things. Even going so far as to draw. All right, see you guys later. I will continue the video, and Julian, you can stick around if you want to. A lot of people have been able to find shapes or insert shapes into the document. Okay, explosion. We're gonna go ahead and do it on Word here. Insert shape. That's this Stars and Banners explosion here. Okay, we're gonna go right here, and we're gonna put in 2 shapes actually. One of them's gonna be somewhat around that color, and you can type in fun or food. Okay, exclamation point. Cockeye a little bit, and then do another shape of the same variety right next to it. This one should be pink though. So we shape fill that one in the pink color that they want. And then we'll say fun, exclamation point. Cockeye that one a little bit the other way, as it tells you to do in the book. It also says change the text to 12-point bold. which is easy to do. Just click on the text, go to the Home tab, hit the bold, make it 12 point. Easy to do, no problem. Okay, and once you get off of it, it goes back to being cockeyed again. Move them over each other, basically. Okay, now, if the food one is the one below, you can go and bring to the front. You click on the food one, and you say bring to the front. But you got to click on the edge of the box. Right-click on the edge of the box. Okay? Okay, overlapping explosion one, then layer it behind the explosion one. Just did that. Group the two shapes together. So you got one shape selected, hold down shift, click the other shape. Go and go to the drawing tools, go to this arrange section. This one right here is the group. You group them up together. Okay. Line them above the list text box. Okay, in the middle, just like that. Okay, they may overlap the top of the text box on both of those. Use online pictures to search for a picture of balloons. You can insert online pictures, or remember what I said, you know, Bing image searching these things kind of sort of works. Sometimes it doesn't. It's real difficult sometimes. We'll try that one. We'll insert that first one. Hopefully it works. A lot of times this is weird. So if you don't get it to work in this fashion, what you can do is you can just go to Google, search balloons, download the picture, then just use pictures to insert it. Okay. Of course it can't be displayed. Why would it be displayed? That would just be too convenient. Okay. So I'm just going to insert a picture here. We're going to let's just assume that it's balloons. Okay. I'm going to put in this picture of a doghouse. All right. We're just going to size that down and make it a little bit tall. Okay. We're going to go ahead and say we're going to go text wrapping on that. Okay, put it up here at the top. Okay, recolor the picture. Just a color. Do pink or plum accent one. Color light. Okay, just like that. Same thing here. You can insert a picture. Oh, wait. Make sure that you're in the right spot before you do that. Don't be in the don't be in the table. That'll be bad. Just try to shove it into the table with all the other stuff. Okay. Pictures, downloads, pictures. Let's see. There's that doghouse picture. All right. Here's my doghouse picture. I'm going to make it text wrapping style. I'm going to make it a much smaller picture. And I'm going to move it up to the top over here. And we're just going to cram it on down in there. And then you can make adjustments to it. Get all of the image options. You can, so right click all image options, recolor is one of them. And you can recolor it to some pinky kind of color, just like in the real one. There we go. So find that balloon picture, recolor it in some fashion, just like that. Okay, move the picture to the top left of the page, which we have done. Close the image options now. Okay. All right, resize the picture as appropriate, size is necessary, and set the text wrapping to behind text. So on this one, you're going to set it to behind the text. Okay, and now, even if it's big, it won't get in the way of the other things. As far as this one goes, let's see, we've got some options. Adjustments, transparency. We can increase the transparency a little bit. Position. That's just moving an actual position. Text wrapping. Yeah, it's just got the margins on it. Size and rotation. Yeah, so it's not really doing too much to allow you to put the picture behind the other stuff. So do what you can with it. All right, now complete the invitation by adding the art page border of balloons. So in Word, you're going to go to the Design tab. You're going to go to Page Borders. You're going to do the Art. You're going to find some balloons. There we go, birthday balloons. Okay, you're going to say OK. Yay, balloons all the way around the edge. Once again, Google Docs not really going to do that. Can't really get that done here. So that's it. That's the best you can do, really. Okay. All right. Now that's pretty much it. If you look at what it has in the book, look at what it has in the book as far as an example is concerned. With the exception of the fact that I just use that doghouse picture instead of the balloons picture, it is basically the same, and that's what I'm going to ask of you. Okay. As far as the Google Docs version, once again, this is the best we could do. It's the best we could do with what we had, and I'll take that into effect. It's like you can only do so much with Google Docs, but do what you can and make sure that it is the best document that you could possibly give me. Make sure that you are doing your absolute best with this, even in these trying times, as they like to say repeatedly. Everybody's doing their best. Take down that a little bit, maybe save some space. That's a little bit too much saved space. Okay, center up again. Come on. There we go. All right. You're going to do the best you can with what you got. Okay. And you've got to get rid of some things. More of these look the right way. Recoloring some of these, yeah, border color, pinkish border color, sure, why not? Delete this one, use that border. The border, recolor the border into the pink thing like they wanted it. Okay. Do the best you can with what you got in the Google Classroom, and I'll see that it's a Google Doc, and I will give you some credit for attempting something. But that's the best you can do because you got Google Docs. That's the best you can do. Okay, so that is it. That's essentially what you need to accomplish. Julian probably posts up as far as from what I've done. You just go into the insert drawing, new, and then you can make a text box, and that's about it. That is essentially true as well. What he's talking about is you go to insert, you go to drawing, and you can do a new drawing. There is a text box option in the new drawing. That is true. You can do that, and then you can type stuff into that text box. Or you could cut and paste what you have in there. You just like cut it, and hopefully it saves the text information, and then just paste it into the text box. And then when you save and close, there's your text box. That is true. That is a thing that can happen. You are absolutely correct. And if that makes these things work better, then by all means, let's do it. Because Lord knows we need the help. Tables and table. Okay, so that's a text box. Using that text box instead of a table would probably make these things easier to do. Julian is absolutely correct on that front, and that is something that can happen. I used tables because I'm old school. Back in the internet days, we actually arranged internet pages through the use of tables, and by restructuring a table and making certain boxes like take the other boxes and merge them together and stuff like that. We used to make this general shape outline of our web documents. So that is something that I've always been comfortable with doing for the most part when push comes to shove, so to speak. Okay, so thank you, Julian, for your assistance. You great. You have a good lunch. Have a good weekend, everybody, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.